Hi, this is Bob for Bob's Movie Reviews, and today I'm bringing you a review of a movie I watched on Netflix recently. And I talked about this one in the past. I thought it looked interesting. It's kind of a neat idea, and but I wasn't sure, how great it was going to be. It was in theaters here. It's called VHS, and kind of the previews made it out to be like these guys were going into this house to look for a certain VHS tape. And they kind of watch some of the tapes, and there's like some crazy things going on them, and it's kind of like each one is a different story and then different director, and so interesting enough idea. So I got to watching this movie. First of all, IMDb users gave this a 5.8 out of 10 rating, which I think is pretty generous. I'm not going to go over, there's no stars in it, so I'm not going to really go over any of that. It is rated R and a horror with a 116-minute runtime. So when you get to the movie, though, it's these guys just doing this dumb stuff, and the one guy is like, hey, somebody will pay us a lot of money to go steal this VHS tape. And they're like, oh, okay. So they go to this house, which appears to be empty, and they start looking for a VHS tape, but the problem is the guy doesn't know what's on it, or he doesn't know what he's trying to get, and he says that the person who hired him said, "You'll know when you see it," whatever that means. So they start looking, and they get to this room, and there's a guy in there dead, or at least they assume he's dead, and there's just all these TVs with VCRs in there, and so they leave, I think, just one guy to start watching the tapes while they go check the basement. Now, when they're in the basement, and this is never explained, there's a naked guy walks by at one point, and they're not sure if they saw him or not, and then also, while they're watching the VHS tapes, the dead guy, sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not, and it's like, okay, it's never explained. And so, basically, that's the whole story. There's no story at all to this movie. There's no ending. I know I'm giving away everything, but I really don't think you should watch this movie. So there's about 4 or 5 tapes they watch, I can't remember exactly, and each one's a different story. Like there's a vampire, a murder, alien, a ghost maybe, or something like that, and each one is all supposed to be on a VHS tape. But the major flaw in this whole idea is that one is supposedly recorded on a laptop doing a video chat. So they recorded it to VHS from there. Why would they even do that? And second, the girl in it is even like, why weren't you recording that? So they've already admitted they weren't recording it. So how exactly did it get transferred to a VHS tape? I don't know. And then there's another one where there's a murderer that you can't see, and for some reason you can he's just messes up the video. I don't know. I don't get it. It didn't make sense. Basically, all of the stories don't make sense. They really don't have a beginning, middle, and end. They're just some stupid thing. And some of them were kind of scary for some people. I don't think most people find them scary. And you're just kind of like, why? And then there's no ending. After they watch these tapes, it just goes to another tape, and that's the end. So there's no ending, there's no story, there's no characters, there's no nothing. I mean, this movie is just terrible. I'm going to only give it a 1 rating, so I would not recommend watching this. Hope you enjoyed this review. Next week's Netflix review will be a lot better movie. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.